You ready for us, Danielle? All righty. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our rescheduled regular CRA Community Redevelopment meeting. We'll have the call to order.
5:41 p.m. Chairman Desilme, Vice Chair Timothy,
Here.
Board Member Burns,
Here.
Board Member Estime Irvin, Board Member Charles.
Present.
You have a quorum to proceed.
And now we'll please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and we'll move on to the consent agenda.
I'm so sorry. There are some changes to the agenda this evening.
Okay.
On the consent agenda, item B is being pulled, and
Which item?
item B is being pulled by staff.
Okay.
On the regular agenda, item number 1 is being pulled by the applicant,
Hold on, one.
and there is a request from the board for item 5 to be pulled. Can that be addressed at that time? Item 5 will be the only one that requires a vote.
Okay, and I would also like item 4 pulled, deferred to the next CRA meeting.
I'm
So
sorry, what
item
did I get
4 and 5 will require votes to be pulled from the agenda tonight.
And
Hold
I'd
on,
also
let me,
like,
just so that I'm clear. Under the consent, agenda item number B is being pulled.
Staff is pulling that item
That's staff pulling that one. Agenda item number 1 is being pulled
by the applicant, who
by
is
the
present.
applicant. And then you said agenda item 5 is being pulled by who?
4 and 5 are being requested by your colleague, Board Member Burns. To
But
be
you said that
pulled.
needs a vote?
To be deferred to the next
Yes.
meeting or pulled entirely?
Okay, all right, let's start all over again because we need to do dates. I'm so sorry. So B on the consent agenda and item 1 are being pulled until the next meeting, the next CRA meeting, which will be in January. Okay, 4 and 5 will require a vote, not only to be pulled, but when to be pulled back.
Just want to pull them to the next council.
Okay,
next CRA.
the next, so that will be until January, and so I believe they need to be dealt with separately.
Okay. Is there a reason for number 4? Because I think that one needs to be rescinded. And I actually requested for that one to be on the agenda.
I just need more information and more discussion with the executive director on that item.
Yeah,
Is it time sensitive, like next week or, next meeting?
no, it is because that's the one that I requested. So if you weren't brief, I think we can have a discussion up here. But I'm not requesting for that. Well, I'm not in agreement with that one being pulled.
Okay, well, we can vote on it, not to defer it, and then if it doesn't get deferred, then we'll have a discussion about it and we'll go from there. But
Okay, no problem.
I think, okay.
All righty, thank you. So we have,
There a motion?
Yes.
My motion would be why do we need a motion on those 2 but not on the one that staff is pulling?
So staff is pulling that item, so it's not the board member that's been pulling the item, so it doesn't require a vote if staff is going to pull it, or if the applicant is pulling it, it doesn't require a vote.
Right.
If a board member is pulling the item, then it does require a vote.
Okay. Would want them separate motions?
Yes.
Okay. I move that item 4 would be removed from the agenda until the next CRA board meeting.
Is there a second? The motion fails for lack of second.
Okay. I move that item number 5 be moved to the next CRA board meeting.
Is there a second?
And did you
Motion.
already say somebody wanted to pull that? Number 5?
No.
No? Okay.
Okay, motion fails for lack of second.
Okay.
thank you. So
and
As of 5:45 p.m., Board Member Estime Irvin is now present.
Board.
thank you.
and
Councilman?
yeah, also agenda item number 2, like to pull that until our next meeting.
So you're making a motion to pull that one?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that a motion?
Yes, I think you.
Can somebody repeat everything for me, please?
So the motion currently on the table is to pull agenda item number 2.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Any opposed?
Opposed?
Motion carries with a 3-1 vote.
Okay. So we're moving forward with the agenda now. So Councilwoman, so you're aware, agenda item B is being pulled by staff to the next council meeting, and that's under the consent. Agenda item number 1 is being pulled by the applicant to next month, and the agenda is set.
Thank you.
So move forward with consent agenda?
Unless a member of the CRA Board wishes to remove a specific item from this portion of the agenda, tabs A and C constitute the consent agenda. These resolutions and items are self-explanatory and are not expected to require additional review or discussion. These items will be recorded as individually numbered resolutions adopted unanimously by the following motion: that the consent agenda comprised of tabs A and C be adopted.
So move.
Second?
I have a motion made by Board Member Charles, seconded by Vice Chair Timothy, to approve the consent agenda, tabs A and C. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with a 4-0 vote.
Agenda item 3?
Agenda item 3, resolution approving multifamily improvement program grant request. Resolution number 2025-027, a resolution of the chair and board members of the North Miami Community Redevelopment Agency approving the funding for Prestige District LLC and Prestige North LLC for a multifamily residential project in the form of an infrastructure grant not to exceed $3,600,000 and a tax increment recapture incentive of 50% of projected city ad valorem tax revenues from the time the project appears on the property tax rolls until the North Miami CRA sunsets, approximately 19 years. Authorizing the executive director and North Miami CRA attorney to negotiate and finalize a tax increment recapture incentive and infrastructure grant agreement with Prestige District LLC and Prestige North LLC to provide funding for the development of a multifamily residential project. Authorizing the executive director to execute the tax increment recapture incentive and infrastructure grant agreement. Authorizing the executive director to take all action necessary to implement the terms of the tax increment recapture incentive and infrastructure grant agreement, and providing for an effective date.
Good evening. NMCRA staff is requesting that the NMCRA Board approve a resolution authorizing an award of $3.6 million from the Multifamily Improvement Program for the rehabilitation of Prestige District and Prestige North. The program was funded by the Bond Series 2024. This award will also include 50% tax increment recapture incentive agreement. The grantee will be allocating a total of 12 units across both projects to be held for residents at 80% of AMI for the life of the CRA. Prestige District is a 62-unit multifamily property located at 13200 Northeast 7th Avenue, North Miami, 33161. Renovations on this project to be completed include, but are not limited to, the improvements to the HVAC system, electrical and plumbing work, and appliance upgrades. Prestige North is a 48-unit multifamily property located at 13480 Northeast 6th Avenue, North Miami, Florida, 33161. Renovations at this project to be completed include, but are not limited to, improvements to the HVAC system, electrical and plumbing work, elevator improvements, landscaping, and appliance upgrades. Staff recommends approval of the resolution.
You open it to the public?
I'm sorry? Oh, public hearing is now open on agenda item number 3. Seeing none, public hearing is now closed. Discussion up here for the board.
So move.
Second.
I have a motion made by Board Member Estimate Irvin to approve agenda item 3. The motion was seconded by Vice Chair Timothy. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with a 4-0 vote.
Agenda item number 4.
Agenda item 4, resolution approving First Amendment to grant agreement with 1125 Real Estate Investments. A resolution of the chair and board members of the North Miami Community Redevelopment Agency approving the First Amendment to tax increment recapture incentive and infrastructure grant agreement between the North Miami Community Redevelopment Agency and 1125 Real Estate Investments, LLC. Authorizing the executive director to execute the First Amendment to tax increment recapture incentive and infrastructure grant agreement. Authorizing the executive director to take all steps necessary and appropriate to implement the terms and conditions of the First Amendment to tax increment recapture incentive and infrastructure grant agreement, and providing for an effective date. Agenda item 4.
NMCRA staff is requesting that the NMCRA Board approve the First Amendment to the Tax Increment Recapture Incentive and Infrastructure Grant Agreement between the NMCRA and 1125 Real Estate Investments, LLC. On November 26, 2024, the Board authorized the NMCRA to enter into an agreement with the grantee for an infrastructure award of $1.25 million. Per Section 5 of that agreement, $500,000 of the award was restricted for the build-out of Palm 78 restaurant. Palm 78 will no longer be a tenant at the grantee's property, and as such will not be using the $500,000 allocated per the agreement. As such, the infrastructure award should be reduced accordingly. Staff recommends approval of the resolution.
Thank you, Madam Executive Director. Public hearing is open on agenda item number 4. Public hearing is still
Madam
open.
Chair,
Oh, I'm sorry.
the attorney for the grantee sent an email.
Okay.
Could not be here tonight, wants me to read it into the record.
Can you just make sure that we all get a copy? Because
Sure.
why wasn't it sent to us?
Sure.
Okay. But yeah. But public hearing is now closed. If we could be provided a copy of that letter.
I'm going to send it to you and you can. have it
Yeah, thank you. Discussion up here to the board?
You gonna read it into the record?
The chair said that.
We should be provided it to it. Yeah. They
But-
could have emailed it.
But they didn't, they sent it to the attorney, so why
And it should
can't-
have been
why-
shared with all
Is
of
it such a secret,
No.
an attorney letter that our attorney
But
can
I
read
think-
it?
but I
You want
think-
us- But you want us to vote on something, but their attorney sent us a letter that maybe it has information we should know about.
And I'm requesting that the attorney provide us all with a copy so that we can all take a look at it first before it's read on record. Thank you. Discussion up here amongst the board members?
No discussion?
All right, move approval.
Second.
Madam Chair, how can we approve something if we haven't seen the email, which you said we're going to get a copy of the email so
It
we
should
can
have
make our
been-
decision?
It should have been forwarded. We could bring it back, but there's a motion and a second.
Roll call.
I have a motion made by Vice Chair Timothy to approve agenda item 4. The motion was seconded by Board Member Estime Irvin. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Motion
Which
carries.
item is this? Well, hold on.
4.
Thank you, Vice Chair. This the, thank you. This the item number 4. Oh, that's the wrong agenda. That's the city, the CRA. Is this the one regarding?
This is for 1125 Real Estate Investments for the
Sebastian
first
Restaurant.
event, the first amendment to that property to reduce the award by $500,000
Okay, the
for the restaurants.
what is? Because okay, so what? Let's talk about that. How much did we allocate to Mr.
For the project was $1.25 million. $750,000 was for the project at large. $500,000 per Section 5 of the agreement was restricted for the build-out of Palm 78 restaurant.
And how much they received as of now?
As of now, they've only drawn down, I believe, a little bit over over 500,000, but that is out of the 750,000 that they were allocated for the entire project. We are still holding 20% of the as retainage, as we always do in all of our awards.
Mr. Zuckowitz, I need some guidance from you. I had a conversation with Mr. Zuckowitz. I'm sorry, with Mr. Sebastian Scroller regarding that project. It's my understanding there's the restaurants. When I voted in the whole 750, my intention, and I shared that with him, and I'm sharing it with the board now, that money was allocated for restaurants, but specifically there would be 1 or 2 Haitian restaurants in there. And I then later find out that was not the case, and I had a very direct conversation with him. It was a private conversation, but I'm not happy in terms of that. So is this the money, that's the money that we are rescinding, or what are we doing with that, ma'am?
The money that's being rescinded with the First Amendment is the money that was supposed to go to Palm 78, but since Palm 78 is no longer going to be a part of that project, it's coming out of the award.
Okay, and that's the restaurant?
Yes.
Okay, and that was, how much is that?
That's the $500,000.
Okay, all right, I'm okay with that, with the money that is already received. I guess it wasn't, that one was the one that was specifically allocated to.
Right, we're only
something else,
rescinding what was
not the- okay.
specific, correct.
All right. So my next question to the board is, what are we doing with the? Because it's only today that I learned about the agenda. I haven't met. Oh, okay. Thank you. So how do we do? So the allocation. What is what is the money for? So now we're taking it. Are we allocating it for another restaurant, another Caribbean restaurant, or?
Once it's been rescinded, there is an agenda item 5.
Oh, okay. So yes, I'm definitely in support of the item. But sir, is there anything I guess that the money he already received for the restaurant project, that's already done, and we saying it's a.
You're trying to take the 750 to
Yeah.
not fully fund it?
I was hoping none of it was left, but we already had some left. But you'll get me those numbers, right?
Yes, I can tell you right now, we withheld 20% of the 750.
Of the 7. Okay, that's what.
So because it's the retainage that we normally hold, so he's already received 80% of the $750,000. And so once everything is, the complete project is
what's that
finished,
math?
when he gets CO.
Councilman Charles, you the math expert here. 80% of 750.
So he used up his allocation, and then when the
Yes.
project's completely done, he'll get recouped the 20% that they're holding back.
But there's no way you can, there's no way that we
20% would be
cannot.
getting back. That's what I'm trying to. When we allocated this, I don't think you was on here, Councilman. It was allocated. My understanding, and I talked to this to Sebastian, and I was very passionate about this. I was under the impression, and Councilman, it's been back and forth, and I have had, I had to take a lot of punches for Mr. Scrolla, and we talked about that regarding the first project. I am, and I told Mr. Scrolla this. I said, listen, I'm here because of my community. And it's going to always be my job to advocate for my community. And I happen to be Haitian American. And I felt that it was very disrespectful to us. 5 restaurants coming here that we said here we gave money, and not even one of them is a Haitian American specifically. And I had a concern with that. I said, I don't care if it was 1, it should be 2, at least 2. But so I would love. That was my concern, and I had that conversation with him, and I did tell him that I would do everything that I can in my power, that there's nothing that, because after I had my conversation with him, and I asked him, there was one restaurant in particular that came and met with me and talked about being one of them, and I called him about that, and I told the restaurant it was a private deal, there's nothing we could do, but we do have something, and our even county commissioner is very upset and called me and really schooled me on that, and I had to apologize to the commissioner because I was not aware what was happening. So it's unfortunate. It's already went. It is what it is. But I think we need to be very mindful, especially using the people money, and then we're not really serving them in their community in terms of that. So I'm.
I do have the numbers now. It was $560,000 that was already paid out of the $750,000.
Okay, so we have 250 left, approximate. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
190.
Yes. $190,000 is what's
Is that
being-
the retainage?
Yes.
So just
Okay,
to
ma'am.
clarify, Mr. Chair, the retainage is something that they're entitled to. It's just withheld until they provide their final waivers from the contractors once they get paid.
Oh, so that's not what I'm not, whatever they legally that they there's nothing we could do. I'm more concerned about the allocation we were making for that restaurant. That's
That's the only thing that's on the agenda.
okay.
today.
That's
We're
what I'm
taking that back. We're taking the 500,000 back.
Yes,
That's what we're doing right now, yes.
Yeah. I don't care about whatever he did. We already did. I just put it out there on the record so people would know in terms of what was the thought behind it, and then when I find out that wasn't happening, why I'm not so fully. Yeah, no. Legally, whatever we owe obligation, we have to give them that. But after that, I think that 500 that was allocated for Palm, that definitely I'm in full support of that.
Okay, and just to be clear, the item's an amendment to, there's an existing agreement that you're approving an amendment to that both parties are going to need to sign.
Which both parties? When you're saying
The
which
CRA and the grantee.
the CRA I'm lost. Who are,
We're amending the contract.
Yes.
And so
Amending the
he's saying,
contract, so there's an amendment document that both parties need to sign.
I know, what
can
I'm
we
saying,
specify
who are
he
the
doesn't
both
sign that?
parties?
The grantee and the CRA.
1125, Sebastian and the CRA.
I know, but the way Steve is saying it, we are like, when you saying it's like there's a third party, I'm like,
Us.
yeah, so he has to sign from,
have to
yeah, that
sign
was
it,
confusing to me, I
And
got
they
you.
have to sign it.
Yeah, but I mean,
Us and them.
it's, yes, I get it. I thought you were saying like, I thought like the palm had to also, yeah,
No,
yeah.
no,
yeah.
no.
Okay,
No,
we
sir.
got it,
Now,
yeah. We, yes,
now taking that point from our lawyer, Mr. Mayor, if Mr. Chair, if I may.
yes, sir.
Are you suggesting that they might
Not sign.
not sign it? I think that's what I'm thinking from your point.
I'm not suggesting that, because I don't know what they will do. The email that they sent will explain what their position is.
What position, okay, I'm lost,
So
because I don't want to,
there was, before you arrived, Mr. Chair, there was an email that was sent by the attorney. I asked to read into public record, and the chair at the time said, please send it to the clerk so I can distribute
So we can all have a
copies."
copy.
oh, okay, what's
So
we're
the
waiting.
email?
She's printing it out now.
I see.
But to your point, sir, I mean, that's what the email basically says, that they're not going to sign the contract.
What
That they're
kind of,
gonna-
It's here.
They
It's here.
said they're going to comply with the contract.
Oh, but they
Okay.
won't sign this
No, they're
amended
wrong.
contract.
No, they're going to comply with the existing contract.
So they're not going to comply with the amended contract if amended, is what they're
Would the
saying.
existing contract be breached?
No. So they won't sign the amendment.
Thank you. I understand.
In order for the amendment to take effect, it has to be fully executed.
Mr. Attorney?
this is,
go ahead.
if
Yeah,
may-
go ahead, go
They're-
ahead.
they're-
I have
What
a
they're
question.
saying is they're going to comply with the existing
Right.
contract.
So, Mr. Attorney, I have a question for you.
Sure.
If Company A has a contract with us, and then at some point we have to amend it, and Company A does not want to amend the contract, what's our recourse or what's our position? Is that
Can
a
we take
breach
the
of
remaining
contracts
190?
or you
I wouldn't say it's a breach of the contract. What I would say is the condition that exists for them to get that 500,000, if that's not complied with, then they're in breach. If they try to get the money and that restaurant is not there,
yeah.
then they're in breach.
Yes, of course.
okay?
They're not in
so-
breach yet.
Yes.
Yet, I understand.
Yes, of course
Okay.
not. So that's what I'm-
And I'm just asking about any contract. Honestly, I just wanted to
Yes,
understand. It's not when you're
hypothetically.
saying that,
Hypothetically.
right? Okay, so if at the end they came back, so no dollars would be released until everything has been complied with.
Correct. The way the grant agreements work, they're on a reimbursement basis. So whatever grant it is, it could be this one, it could be the one you approved earlier. The developer or the grantee has to pay the contractors first. Then they come to us. They give us all kinds of documentation. There's a scope of work that says this is what the money is for. They show us that's what the money was spent on. And then they provide us the lien waivers, the releases from the contractors, and the money's paid, subject to the retainage, which is given when the project is completed and all the final lien waivers are given to us. So that restaurant hasn't gone in yet, so they haven't come to they haven't come to us asking us for any of the 500,000.
Okay.
And even if they did, unless that restaurant was the one that was built out, we would not release funding for anything but that restaurant. 'cause
No.
that's what the agreement
Correct.
says.
And that's what the contract says, and we wrote that into the contract when it was originally approved, that there's $750,000 for the project, and there's 500,000 specifically for Palm 78.
Is that my question to you is that included of the 750 or that's a separate?
No,
Separate.
it's
That's what
separate.
I'm-
The total
of the
award
grant-
was 1.25 million.
So again, this is what I'm
He got
So-
15 million
this is where I
for the
am.
apartments.
Yeah, a whole bunch of money. If if as of now there's nothing that we could do because they have not violated anything in terms of what's happening. So this is an amendment to that 750?
No, to the 1.25.
Just to
Okay.
To take back the 500,000.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
What's together?
Yeah.
Yes.
What's
That's
together
that's what I thought. Okay. So we just amending
to take out the
to take
500.
the 500. So now you saying, they saying, so it's very easy. Oh, they don't have to sign it. If they don't sign it, they just have the palm. So it's either or, right? It's our understanding.
So if you approve it, you've approved it,
Yeah.
you're going to sign it.
Yeah.
She's going to sign it. And if they don't sign it, okay, it's not effective. But the other contract requires them
That's what I'm saying.
to show us that they put that restaurant in, that Palm 70
Yes,
is
we're good.
there, and that scope of work, which is in the other contract,
That's fine.
has been completed. If
That's
they
what I
don't do
thought.
that,
Okay.
they don't get the 500,000.
Okay, then that's it. We good.
Okay.
All right.
I think it was moved in second.
As of 5:54 p.m., the chair is now present.
Thank you, ma'am. Oh, I'm here. I was late.
I know, but I have to. It's just
Yes, I know. I'm here.
Yeah,
The vice
4-1.
chair was- Thank you.
agenda item 5.
One second, Mr. Attorney and Executive Director, if they couldn't reach an agreement with Palm 78, but then another Haitian restaurant, Caribbean restaurant, whatever the charter
It's
was,
Palm 78?
they come and make an application with the CRA to get their funding for this restaurant. Is that a process that could go on, or
The board would have to approve that. It would have to still be amended. Yeah.
Yes, that would be another amendment.
okay?
And just so, as you all know, the way these leases work, the tenant is actually the one who pays for the tenant improvements. The landlord basically passes that on to the tenants.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
We are aware.
So whoever comes into that space, if it's not Palm 78, is going to have to pay.
Pay what?
Whatever it
What are you
is.
talking about?
Yeah,
For their own build out.
for their build out.
It's already for what it has
Yes.
to be.
Well,
Yes.
Yeah. That's yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. But no. But this money though, it's there now for Palm 78.
It is for Palm 78, but if another restaurant were to come in,
We'll decide that, not them.
correct.
But they'll agree.
well, I want to be clear. The board would only decide if it's a restaurant that's going to get CRA funding. If they're going to put a different
yes.
restaurant in there that does not get CRA
Well,
funding,
no,
then
that's
it
what I
wouldn't be
said.
right.
We would do. Yeah. When I said we would decide. No, I was very frank with him. I said I need a Haitian restaurant, so I'm not mincing words in terms of that. So and he told me, that there's really nothing. It just had to be Palm 78, and if it's not, he could come to the board, and then we decide what
They'll
to
just
do.
go through the process.
No, there's no process. Maybe.
No, they come through the process, the new applicant, right?
Well, no, they'll just let us.
ceremony?
They'll let Ms. The executive, and then she'll let us know.
Yeah.
It's politics now because right now, the politics is not good for us. And I'm certainly, it's just we don't want to. This is good because these are business we want to do this, but we've been very. I think we had I'm very, very disappointed. Commissioner Burns, because we've been so good. I've told you, I have gotten, mud on my face because people are like, you done previous to this, and this was very unfortunate. But okay, thank you.
Question to the CRA. I know when we do our residential rehab, an applicant can apply once and they have to wait like 5 years before reapplying. When it's, TIF or infrastructure grants, does that same rule applies, or can developers just keep coming and coming and coming and apply?
I don't believe there's a prohibition for the infrastructure or the TIF.
No, I just, I'm just saying, because if we tell a resident, like if a resident, they have to wait 5 years for a $30,000 grant, but people are getting 1 million, 15 million, 18 million, they could just keep coming and coming. But, okay.
So we good. Anything else?
I know it was moved. Did we vote? No?
Agenda item 5, resolution approving reallocation of funds.
You
Oh,
voted
we did it? Okay.
4-1.
Agenda item, but you were sitting here. ma'am.
Oh, what was I voting on? Yes, for the. Yes.
Your mic.
Microphone, please.
Yeah. Yes.
Agenda item 5. We're good? Okay. Resolution approving reallocation of funds to Teach to Fish program. A resolution of the chair and board members of the North Miami Community Redevelopment Agency allocating $500,000 to the Teach to Fish grant program and providing for an effective date. Agenda item 5.
NMCRA staff is requesting the NMCRA board approve a resolution allocating $500,000 to the Teach to Fish grant program. On November 26, 2024, the board authorized the creation of the Teach to Fish grant program to assist businesses with their capacity building efforts throughout the NMCRA's boundaries. An allocation of $500,000 to the current program will allow the NMCRA to serve more businesses who are eligible for the funding. Staff recommends approval of the resolution.
Mayor, if I may, because this was my item, we passed the guidelines and we did the first year, 2024, we just did a Teach to Fish business grant, which was the $5,000 grant that we provide citywide to businesses within the CRA. And then this previous Teach to Fish business year, we did a pitch competition on site where we were able to fund an additional 24 citywide. So if it's not the full 500, we can have that discussion, but I would really like the board's approval in putting 500,000 that would go to the Teach to Fish business grant and pitch competition that we do at the Teach to Fish Summit. And that is the item, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you so much, Madam Vice Chair. Yes, sir.
Public hearing, everyone.
Yes, public hearing on the item, and then we'll come for discussion. It's Mike and Markinson. Okay, that's the way. We're in the public. See, we're doing. Thank you. Public hearing is closed on the item. Go ahead, sir, and then I'll go and make.
I think that it's kind of rash just to, at this meeting, to allocate $500,000 where we couldn't spend $500,000 this year if we wanted to. We don't have the capability. We don't have the people waiting in line or the process to do that. The other question is, when are we going to start sending items back to the CRA Advisory Board? When are they going to meet and start seeing some of these items? This is a perfect item that the Advisory Board should advise on. Some of these other things that are becoming directly to us, not going through the Advisory Board. I think, again, the program and the allocations are working, but I think we need time to figure out what the exact amount, what the needs are for this year, and what is actually something that can actually be funded. If it's another 100,000 or 200,000, and then you can have this other money to go somewhere else. But just to put 500,000 out there, just because we think we got money back from another project, I think is not the way we should do things.
Thank you so much. I think the maker of the motion was open in terms of. Honestly, I just saw it this afternoon. I don't have any concern, and I think she said she opened to just the allocation. I just have some tactic questions for the executive director. Where is this money coming from? Where do you see it? And then we could talk about it. Yeah.
From item 4.
Okay, then I don't mind, but the problem is that item 4, we can't really do that because we don't know if we have that. Am I correct here? We need some guidance from you, sir. I mean, how do we? Just so you know, I did not approve the agenda. So I'm working on it as I just saw it today, which so we're working through it. I mean, the other day, but
so the funds are still there. They're currently budgeted for the grant.
Yes.
But there are certain requirements that need to be met for them to be dispersed to the grantee, which I think we know from the agenda item are not going to be met. So whatever the grantee has told us, that's what the grantee's told us. But, we have an agenda report that says that restaurant's not going in there. So the funds are there.
Money's
fungible.
No, I know. I was
where it comes from.
No, what I'm saying, Mr. Zuckowitz, what I was saying is, I was coming in to see, perhaps what I was going to do. I didn't have a problem with the item per se. I was going to see if the maker, if Vice Mayor would, allocate some portion of it specifically to a restaurant, Caribbean, Haitian restaurant. However, with and then we talked about the amount, and I think she mentioned that. So I don't have any issues, particularly with the item, but it does become a governing issue. Are you recommending, and I'm asking you both, the item before we just voted on, from my understanding based on professional experience from what both of you just said, that it's a possibility, it's you know, Mr. Scott, you know, the grantee could come back and have Palm 78 and do whatever. We don't know. It is what it is. So we don't have that money yet because that money is allocated for that. It's my understanding, and I'm asking you this question, or the executive director this question. If next week they come back with the proposal saying, okay, we are meeting our obligation you guys owe us. So I don't want us to be where I don't have any issue with it, but I think on a governing thing, we probably need to kind of wait a little bit and before we could allocate this money, unless there's new money. That I think that there's something that, because that's what I'm trying to get, for me to know, I don't know stuff. So Vice Mayor, if you know of any pot of money, let us know, because
Yeah, there's some, and the business grant won't be until August of next year, so we have some time.
You have some time?
We have some
Okay.
time. So,
what do you want to do with the?
I want to move the item.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll make.
And I'm good with it, with the amount, you know, we'll talk about, but I think what I was going to say, if we do have the money and we could do it, is like what amount that we could just allocate
Do
specifically.
you want to take 200 aside and
Whatever.
allocate
I mean,
it for
I don't- I'm
a
just
business
saying-
attraction?
We could do, whatever that what I'm trying to do, if we could say X number like we did for the restaurant, and I don't want to name, because we wouldn't know any specific restaurants that's coming in, at least that allocation is there's something there. If we could do 50-50, that could be good. I don't know. And 250 goes to the business, because the other one would be for businesses, for the grant.
It's for all businesses.
And then the other one would be for a restaurant specifically that we would know that would come in and do whatever. So I don't really, but I think she said that we were waiting. But I'm very supportive of that. But I want to be careful and let this process play out, Mr. Zuckowitz, right?
What I would say is item 5 does not say it's contingent on item 4.
Okay.
Okay, it's not.
Well, I
saying-
know, but my question to the
So,
executive director.
if both things happen, let's say you approve item 5 for 500,000, and by some chance the restaurant gets built, you're just going to have to allocate money from somewhere else to cover
Yeah, that's
the allocation.
Mayor,
for-
trust, there's
a
money in the
question.
budget
That's all.
that we're.
okay.
I
I'm
can
okay
fight.
with it.
Trust
We
me.
can talk about that. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, no, no, my question was going to be to the maker of the motion. Are you okay if that were to happen? That there's
Yeah, no, like yeah,
It's
we,
okay
yeah,
with that.
reallocate.
No, that's
yeah, we can
funds back.
reallocate it if
Yeah.
that was the
And I think what the vice mayor mentioned, yeah, we'll have time.
Yeah,
I mean,
like I said, it's in August. We definitely have time, and
and I think we
look at the budget.
I think
There's
we already
bigger
said
room.
what we agreed to. The 500, we'll do it one, and we okay. I don't think there's a question about that. My question to you, Mr. Zuckowitz, and we got to be careful of the items that is coming to us. At least, you know, like this is something that we could have. I just want to make sure, and I think the vice mayor, and I haven't gone through the budget to make sure that there might be money in there that does not contingent to item 4, which is good.
I
Thank
think
you.
we should
Thank
be
you.
fine. So I'll motion that we move item
Thank
5.
Thank you.
Say that one more time.
Make a motion to move the item.
Second.
Good. Okay.
I have a motion made by Vice Chair Timothy to approve agenda item 5. The motion was seconded by Board Member Charles. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries with a 4-1
Why
vote.
you dismissed that, Kevin? What with that?
You said aye, though.
Okay, this is yours. I think this is yours.
No, I have one.
Oh, they gave me 2. Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
All
Are we
right.
done?
Yes, ma'am.
No. I would like to make a report really
Please,
quickly.
please.
Thank you so much. So at the last meeting, I did advise that Friday that was passed was the last day for people to apply for the lottery for the Solo Miami units, the 5 affordable units at Solo Miami. So we will be holding that lottery at 5:30 p.m. here on Wednesday evening. So that is when the lottery will
How
be
many
held.
will apply?
Apply.
Yeah.
Right now, we have 28 applicants.
And we only have 5 units?
But
For 5 units?
I'm glad this is earlier this morning we had a conversation or this afternoon. Remember, one of the things, I got a call, and I think we didn't even get a chance to address it because we had so much to discuss. That was what I was talking about. There was a call that I got, and when I turned, that was on the radio, where we were advertising on EDR on the CRA, and the person called me and
About the 5 units?
about, I don't even know.
Oh.
I did hear part of the commercial though, and I was taken back because they were asking me. They said, "Mayor, the person was trying to get some information," and I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And then they said, "Listen to And when I did, and it was so funny because when I listened to it, it was something advertising. And the issue is we've done these in the past before, and it's fine. I'm gonna get to them. It's fine, but the issue, you need them now. The issue with that is that we have so many people that need housing here, and this person was in Broward. They're like, is North Miami really don't have people that need? I'm like, that's something we do internally. The only time that we go to the radio is the Haitian radio because these folks, they're not on social media. But if we do it, what we do, and I think our social media does a good job, whoever does it, people know. We have enough people that needs housing, and we were opening it up to
But it's
the world.
only North Miami residents, correct?
That is correct. So that will be addressed. I will double check
Yeah.
that. That will be
It
addressed.
was-
Normally, when we do advertising for the available affordable housing units, we do it on Haitian radio to target because
Yeah.
the requirements are that you're already a North Miami resident. So we're trying to target the residents that are
Meaning
here.
Councilman, they'll do the traditional media now doesn't even work with radio. So it's all social media and all this and all that. So we'll do that.
Or what's that?
The Haitian every now and then we'll do something on the radio. And that's not working good either, but it's for the older people. And I think 2 years from now, it's all going to be social media. The concern that the person had, like we had enough for EDR people. That person was from Broward trying to move in because we were saying in the last part of the commercial, I heard, if you listen, it's like we have homes, you need to come in. I'm like, well, we do, but we don't have enough units for people here, and then we open it up. So those are the
No, I understand the concern. At least when they do contact the CRA to give us the information, we would have vetted them at that point, and they would have been provided with the information that they needed to be a North
Yeah,
Miami
but
resident.
what I'm saying is we didn't even need to go.
I
out.
agree. I
Because
understand.
if you got like 20 units, you got like 3,000 people who need a place. If you open it up, you get people from people hope. Their hope is up, and then by the time they tell you, they're like, but why you put it on the radio if you North Miami? We could get to people.
Yeah,
If
no,
y'all
I
need
understand.
people, we everybody in this district, in that district you got a list. Housing has a list.
But there's another part of my report, please. With our advisory committee, unfortunately, we do have vacancies. We are asking that the board make new appointments so that the advisory committee can meet. We're having quorum issues just because we do have vacancies on the committee right now. So the vacancies are
You ain't got to put it on
Lemure
blast.
and Ms. Cobo. So I believe the chairman is the one who appointed Ms. Cobo, and I do believe Vice Chair, you appointed Ms. Lemure. If you could use the time, since we're going to be on recess until January, if we could use this time to go ahead and make appointments, then it would be wonderful to get them onboarded. And
Oh, we don't have a December meeting?
I doubt it.
Oh, okay.
If Vice Mayor,
Unless there are items to come in
Commissioners, if
December,
you
I
guys
don't
have
see.
somebody, please. It was, I think, Ms. Cobo, my appointee, is gone. Mr.
The funeral is this Thursday?
The funeral is on Saturday. It's on Friday, but the memorial service for North Miami is Thursday.
Okay.
I'm at 10 a.m. This is a good.
At St. James.
St. James, 10 a.m. The North Miami, and I've asked Vice Chair if you could do something on behalf of North Miami. She was on our inaugural CRA Advisory Board, right?
Yep.
Steve, Ms.
Sorry.
Cobo, Ms. Cobo, right?
Yes,
You
yes, been on
in charge of
board.
that. So anyone,
20 years.
anybody,
Yeah.
we could, we'll appoint them and get the thing going.
I have a question, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, Ms. Yes,
Jim.
yes, we're not questioning that. You heard him, he said this is Mike. Yeah, no, but yeah, we good. CRA attorney,
So just briefly, just to your comments earlier, Mr. Chair, we are always careful with the money and how it's spent, especially in light of Florida statutes and the fact that they were
yes.
amended in the last few years. So I just want you to, and all of you, to understand that, we make sure that the money's spent correctly and we make sure we get everything we need from the grantees before any money's dispersed to anyone.
Let me ask a quick question while you're at this, because I know this is coming. We're working with, I'll do this offline with you, Madam Executive Director and the attorney, with one of the grantees that's in red here. Okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Anything else?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
1 second.
Oh, no. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Two things. Are you, Madam Director, are you saying that because of those two vacancies, that doesn't make quorum? We don't have alternates?
We have a number. So right now, to get to quorum, we need 4. And we don't have 4. Normally, the 4 that would include those 2 people, but we have not been getting to 4.
Okay. We don't have alternates on the,
We have additional members. I'm just saying that the people that we normally would rely on to make quorum are no longer a part of the committee.
okay, but I'm saying, you said they haven't been meeting because you can't meet quorum.
Correct.
How many people you have total on the
We have
advisory committee?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6, and we also have a general vacancy. There should be 7.
All right,
So
and
there
how many
wasn't-
alternates do we have?
There's not alternates.
no-
There's
no-
not
no
alternates
alternates.
like that.
Problem,
No.
yeah.
And you have 4 that you need for quorum?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So do you have
And then
somebody?
We'll get you plenty
Okay.
of people on there, but I already have my appointee. You have to
No, that's what I'm
replace your, yeah,
saying.
I'll make
Well-
suggestions to you.
Okay.
The second question, twice you put on the item for us to renew your contract or not because it's up in March, correct?
It appeared last meeting and tonight.
So now we had the item here. You chose to pull it, which is
Okay.
correct. Hang on one second. So now we're going to go into January. What I'm saying to my colleagues that in January we need to make a
Commissioner,
decision.
Respectfully,
A heads up whether or not we are going to stay with the same executive director or we're going to have to do something in March. All I'm saying is think about it now that we're not meeting in December, and now our first meeting is going to be in January. Then all of a sudden, either we have the executive director or we don't, and we have to plan for when that day comes at the end of March that the executive director may or may not be here. We cannot wait and continue to not look at this and take it seriously. That's all I'm
okay.
saying.
Respectfully, as the chair, that's my problem. I'll take care of it, and we good. Between now, I think the board is good until now in December, and we'll do what we do. So we okay.
Okay, but respectfully, all 5 of us vote for the
No, we all
director.
do.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm just saying,
No,
so
I'm
it's
saying if
it's
not
all of our
someone-
problem.
No. I'm not saying it's not your problem, but I am the chair normally, and when you were mayor, traditionally, that's who deal with that. So I always felt like you went to her. That should not even be. That should be a conversation we have up here about her, because she can't tell me we her boss. So that's something that we would do here and discuss it. And frankly, I just started today having a conversation. So that's what I say. It's
Okay.
It's our issue.
As long as it's
Now,
on
but
our
I'm just saying
agenda.
it's not me, huh?
As long as it's front and center, because time is clicking away.
Well, the other part, and as the chair, I think I and her, we kind of, it's the same thing with the city, and you are the mayor, control the agenda. So, again, it's up to if we want to bring it up, and that process. So we're working on it. She told me about it. We got it. It was off. So, all of us will be voting. I mean, it's all of us. It's yeah. We get it. We'll see everybody at 7. Thank you.
Motion to adjourn.
Yo, second.
I have a motion to adjourn made by Vice Chair Timothy, seconded by Board Member Burns. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with a